Hey there, hope you're having a great day. In today's video, I'm going to introduce you to yourself. We're going to get in touch with who we truly are, and I have 4 ways for you to better get in touch with who you are as a person. Hi there, and welcome to the Booksters Club, where we find daily inspiration from the books you love. Today's featured book is The Minds of Others is a Dangerous Place by Darion Collett, and today's inspirational thought comes to us on page number 22. It says, "Welcome back. Nothing leaves you like the way you left yourself. Did you leave with thoughts of self-help? Dismal care of self-repair? Just restore you before you get back here. You stood still, stranded at that juncture. You are you now, and that's all I've been waiting for." Recognizing that the person you are today might not actually be your true authentic self is a really interesting and kind of an alarming thought. When you start to recognize that the hobbies, the desires, the interests that you have might actually be influenced by outside forces, such as, when you were younger, your parents trying to get you involved in what they liked and trying to get you to do something that they were interested in or what they would be proud of. And then recognizing that you don't kind of know where their idea of you kind of ends and where yours begins. And you almost feel like you just need to kind of throw everything off and start from scratch. And you start to recognize that it's very confusing to know where you start and where an idea of you kind of began. In fact, there's a really great quote by Jada DeWalt, and she said, "Don't let others box you into their idea of what they think you should be. A confined identity is a miserable way to exist. Be you and live free. Trust in that living true to yourself, you will attract people that support and love you just as you are." I really truly believe that when we can start to allow ourselves to feel free, to be who we really are, that's when we can really give ourselves the permission to get in touch with who we are as people. When we're not worried about the identity that somebody else has created for us, or that we might be hurting somebody else by not being what they need us to be. That's when we can give ourselves the permission to be who we are. In fact, I have 4 ways for all of us to really get structured about how we can be ourselves, get in touch with ourselves, and figure out who we truly are. The first one is to accept yourself. So embrace every aspect of yourself, your physical, emotional, spiritual self, and recognize that when you are in gratitude of something, well, you're going to treat it well, you're going to take good care of it, and you should be doing the same thing for every aspect of yourself. When you actually are grateful for something that was given to you, you're going to make sure that it's not damaged, misused, or ruined. You should be doing the same thing with your physical body. Be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be by eating healthy and exercising and doing things that will have it be your best possible self, your best version of yourself. And then also you have your emotional, spiritual, and mental side, and you should be taking good care of those things as well. You should be making sure that you're speaking to yourself with love and kindness, and that you're taking the time to engage in emotional productivity, and where you are trying to improve yourself mentally and the way that you engage with other people. You want to be making sure that emotionally that you're fully balanced. What you're really trying to do here is polish it, not change it. Number 2, who are you? So this is where you meet the undefinable you by actually going through every single thing that you can possibly identify with, and then recognizing that you are not that and move past that. This is where you start to really understand the divinity that lies within you and all of us. So, I'm not a mother, a son, a painter, a Democrat, a whatever skin color, a American. I am not those things. I am more than that. I am undefinable. Number 3, look at your current beliefs. trace your beliefs back to their origin and find out exactly when and where you adopted that belief, and see, does it serve you any longer? Because if it no longer does, we're always constantly growing, changing, and evolving, as well as our outside circumstances. The world is constantly growing, evolving, and changing, and what was acceptable 100 years ago is now different today. And so we want to be going along and evolving with consciousness, with collective consciousness, so that we are all uplifted. And so if you were given a belief when you were younger, maybe by your parents or by somebody else, ask yourself, is this something that I still want for myself? If it no longer serves you, let it go. And you can let that belief go, knowing that you existed long before your belief in it existed. Number 4, take up a form of creative self-expression. This could be absolutely anything: writing, painting, poetry, hair cutting, playing a musical instrument, fashion design, home design, landscaping. It could be absolutely anything. But this is going to get you in touch with that side of yourself that is free to be themselves. Because when any of these forms of creative self-expression, there is no real one way of going about it. And so if you can get in touch with something and play around in something where there is no boundaries or limitations, well, then you're able to express yourself without those boundaries and limitations. It's quite healthy to recognize just how large you really are. Getting in touch with who you truly are is an absolutely thrilling feeling. It's a feeling of validation. It's a feeling of self-confidence. In fact, Dr. Seuss says, "You are you now." Isn't that pleasant? If any of these tips helped you get in touch with who you are now, I would really love to hear that feedback in the comments. If there was a different take that you had on this part of the book, a different part in this book, or a different book entirely that you think should be featured here on the Booksters Club, I would also love to hear about that in the comments. Thank you for clicking that like button if you liked this video and found it valuable. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that bell if you're new, because I post new videos just like this one every single day. See you tomorrow, Booksters. That's a good poem. Man, that's good. Being yourself is so don't say things like that. Okay, so that is always changing. Well, how do you do that? Okay. What they think you should be. A confined, is it 4? Yes, honey, it's 4. Thank God. Accept yourself. Love yourself. Embrace all aspects of yourself and show gratitude by having that be the best you can. Take care of it, polish it, don't change it. A creative expression. Take up a form, free and in touch with who you are as a true self. As a true self. As your true self. But this is going to be something that where you can get the breath. Take up I think this starts going faster than this. It can't keep up. Up. Number 4. Just one. Oh gosh. It could be drawing. It could be painting. So I think you messed it up because you don't know how to end it. And you are you now. Isn't that pleasant? Yes, it is.